Hey everybody, I have a word. I sure do. Proverbs chapter 11. I'm probably going to do verse 1 through 19. We'll see. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is a delight. When you're off balance, when you're adding stuff to God's program, God is like, absolutely not. I didn't call you. I didn't ask you. I don't want you to do anything. All you're doing is causing an imbalance with my team. So to bring your own stuff to God, when he already gave you his program and to change his program, you cause a imbalance with God, and God is like, get away, you're unjust to me, right? So when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. So when you're prideful, you always get yourself embarrassed and you end up being ashamed of what you've done. At some point in your life, when you're running around trying to embarrass others, you end up being ashamed yourself, right? Getting shamed, right? The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. So people who are out there causing havoc in a just person's life, oh, trust and believe, you will get your recompense, and it's going to be 100 times worse than what you put out. Please understand that. And it depends on what blessing that person has on their life and who this person is to God, because sometimes it gets to 1,000 and 1,000,000 times worse than anything that you ever put out. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. So y'all are all banking on your riches. Guess what? Your riches mean nothing. Money means nothing to God, because God can create wealth out of anything, right? So when you thinking that you are a just man because you got money, when you thinking you're righteous because you have money, to God you are highly funny. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. So I just said that when you think that your money means something to God, he'll show you that you don't mean nothing to him, and he'll throw you out there with them wolves, because that's what you are, a wolf, right? And he'll let the bigger wolves eat the smaller wolves. The alphas will tear up the betas, right? When a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perisheth. The righteous, right? The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. So when a wicked man dies, anything that he ever had, anything that you thought he would have left you, more than likely he ain't leave you nothing, because wicked people don't leave people nothing, right? Wicked people try and find other places. They either try and spend up everything they got when they know they dying, or they try and make sure that they really don't have much in the bank throughout their life, because they like to keep spending money, because they really don't want to leave nobody nothing. A wicked person is a selfish person. Exactly. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in the stead, right? So righteous people will always be delivered out of ignorance. Righteous people will always be removed from the wicked. The wicked cannot stay around the righteous. The righteous will always outshine, outdo, and push the wicked away, right? The wicked always trying to stick with the righteous, but God says, no, I separated you all for a reason. Go ahead, right? A hypocrite in his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. So hypocrites always got something to say. Hypocrites always in something. Hypocrites always calling somebody else a hypocrite. When you constantly hearing somebody calling somebody else a hypocrite, check that person, because 9 times out of 10 they're the hypocrite, right? Everything that come out their mouth is a paradigm shift, right? They are always contradicting themselves. Exactly. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. So whenever there is a death of the wicked, yes, understand and believe, God's children rejoice over. We do not care. By the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted, but is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. So when the wicked are dead, they are gone away from the just, and they party about it, it's because the negative energy is gone. That's another part of the wicked, another part of the negative energy, another part of the demonic depression, oppression that the righteous don't have to ever deal with. So the more that God take out, through whatever means he take out, we feel much better about it. We love to see God take out the wicked. It's beautiful. By the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted. That's right. God exalts his children. We are his city, right? He exalts us, right? So he that is void of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. So when you stupid and don't know nothing, basically, when you dumb, don't know nothing, don't want to learn nothing, that's all you do is point the finger at the next person. That's why you always in somebody's business. That's why you trying that third eye stuff to see what other people got going on in their life, right? Because you don't have nothing going on in your life, and you a sorry individual to God, right? Read this Bible, right? So he that is void of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. So people who are just, they be quiet. They let a lot happen to them, and then they let it build up before they speak. like I do, right? I don't jump every single time a person comes at me. But there's times when you have to speak right away, and other times where you just fall back and let it ride, right? Oh well. A talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is a faithful spirit concealeth the matter, right? That's what I was just saying. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in multitude of counselors there is safety. But in a multitude of counselors there is safety. So people who don't know what they doing, but everybody trying to be the leader, right? You're gonna fall because if your leader is uneducated and you following this person, guess what? All of y'all are uneducated too. If this leader don't know nothing what they talking about or everything they saying is wrong, guess what? You're going to follow the wrong teachings and you're going to be out here looking like you ain't got no sense and stupid up in this game too, right? Right, a talebearer revealeth secrets, right? So anybody that's wicked and unjust, they always going to telling themselves any doggone way. Just watch their actions, right? Their actions and their words never match. So they telling themselves, they tell that they are the wicked because their actions and their words hardly ever match, right? They talk a good when they talk righteous, but you see their actions are totally wicked, right? So when you're in a place where there is no counsel, that's usually where everybody's trying to be the leader. Right. But when there's a multitude of counselors, there is safety. He that is surety of strangers shall smart for it. He that hath suretyship is sure. He that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it. And he that hateth suretyship is sure. Okay, so that was real wild, Father God. I don't even know. That was wild. But yeah, when you're around people who are knowledgeable and know what they're doing, and God will put you around these type of people, if that's what you're seeking, to be knowledgeable, to live the right way, he'll put you around people who know what they're doing. And it'll be a group of people who one person will be able to give to you. You'll be able to be fed by this entire group. Not just one person like, oh, it's all about me. No, when you are around a multitude of counselors that are God-given, these are God-given, they'll all be able to feed you. It won't be no, oh, she this, she that. It won't be no backbiting, no, talking about each other behind each other's back in this circle. Nah, they'll all be able to feed you when you're amongst the multitude of counselors that God has put you in, right? That God has brought you to. Let me say that. A gracious woman retaineth honor, and strong men retain riches. The merciful man doeth good to his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh. And that's why a lot of people are breaking down. Their bodies are breaking down. They look like crap. They act like crap. They is crap. Right? Because that's the way they want to be. Please understand, a person, woe is me, they want to be like that. A woe is me turns into an evil entity. And that's how they want to be. So I suggest you get yourself away from them. They hate people who do good. They hate people that do good. So if you're around somebody who hates people that do good, check yourself. Do you hate people that do good? Because if you do, well, then the both of y'all are burdens of a feather that's flocking together, right? So what y'all two going to do is come together, be a 20 wands, or 20 wands, not a 10, because y'all both 10 of wands each, and then you're going to end up a 10 of swords, right? You're going to end up knocking each other out the box, killing each other, right? Because trust me, 2 10 of wands people can't hang together, right? Wicked people can't really hang together, because what do? Wicked has to take down the wicked, right? Because it's always a top dog in the wicked, right? Righteous, they try to build each other up. Because you never know who you may need to call on to take your place in something at a certain time. But the wicked, no, it's all about me, right? And the merciful man doeth good in his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh. And that's how you end up troubling your own flesh, because you do not accept help. You do not want an associate. You do not want a co-partner. You do not want anybody to help. You want to be in charge of everything. You want to oversee everything. You want to run everything. And that is a wicked man. A wicked man has to run and oversee every single thing. Trust me. He does not allow business partners or anything else, right? Check that person, because that person, right, going to end up running into a brick wall and take you with him. So the wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. So when you sow righteousness, that's where I say you reap what you sow, your karma. If you put out bad, you receive bad. If you put out good, you receive good. You will get a just reward for being a righteous person. God rewards his kids. Always understand that. Don't think that your work is for nothing when you are a righteous person. It may take a minute, because God is like, I want to see if the reward is more important than the work that you did. Do you care about the work? Or do you care about the reward from the work? Because if you care about the reward that you're going to get for the work more than the work that you did, then that tells God that you're a selfish person and you only do good deeds to get paid. So, nah, you're not a righteous. You're a wicked, right? You're not a righteous. You're a wicked if you have to get paid to do good deeds, right? If you only do good deeds for pay, right, then you are actually of the wicked. And God is like, you're totally unjust. And trust me, I will never give you anybody worth anything to take care of. I'll always send the wicked before you to take care of. Amen. Right. At 19, as righteous tendeth 19. As righteousness tendeth to light, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death. Right? So all these people who sit up here and pursue ignorance, evil, money, stuff like that, and you are a totally disgusting, nasty person, all you're going to get is death, and it is your own fault that you get that death. Everybody dies. Well, right. Everybody dies. So this death that you're already dead spiritually. Evil people are already dead spiritually. Selfish, disgusting, nasty people are already dead spiritually. Their bodies are still walking around, but spiritually they're dead. And these are the people who don't do nothing but antagonize, troll, play. I mean, these are people you hate to see coming, and not because you just don't like the person. I mean, most people hate to see these people coming. Trust me, it's a majority. When you're a wicked, evil person, it's a majority of people who hate to see you coming. Like, every time you turn around, somebody talking about this one, yo, you heard about so-and-so, man. Yo, I wish this person would just go ahead with their stuff and never come back. Right. So, it's a majority of people who are constantly talking about, yo, right. So, that's how you know a wicked person. Because somebody's continuing talking about, right. Now, they continue to say, about you. Right. And they wicked. Right. I mean, about you, and they not wicked, well, then you the one, right? You the one, right? Right. But if they wicked and saying about you, they some haters, right? But for the most part, when you are evil, a group of people are disgusted by you, shunning you, and don't want nothing to do with you. So that was Proverbs 11, 1 through 19. Chapter 11, verse 1 through 19, right? This is ridiculous, right? So what God is saying, stay away from the wicked, the evil. He gave us our senses. He gave us our gut feeling. He said, you know who to be around, who not to be around, who to trust and who not to trust. That's why God said be slow to speak, right? Be slow to speak and quick to listen, right? Slow to speak and quick to listen. Because if you listening, right, you ain't speaking. If you speaking, you ain't listening. So you missing it. If you speaking, you missing everything that this person is saying and doing. So shut your mouth if you're a righteous person and just listen and watch, and you'll learn a heck of a lot, right? And that's what we need to be doing. But for the most part, right, this spiritual journey is wild, it's crazy, it's fun. And these are those times. If you have been in Christ for a very long time, you know what times we're in. So just keep moving, keep pushing, keep moving people out your life who shouldn't be there. Keep bagging away from those who shouldn't be there. And that's why a lot of people have a problem with me, because I tell you, this is that time where the wheat and the chaff has been separated. I mean, what you mad at me for? You chose to be chaff, right? You chose to be chaff. Right. So these people who are wheat are automatically going to separate themselves from you, whether I say it or not. Please understand that, because that's the way God created his babies. You still run around being ignorant religion, talking about saying, yeah, we could sex, we could smoke weed. Excuse me, not smoke weed. We could sex, we could live lasciviously, we could destroy people's relationships. Trust me, you are not a child of God. If you running around screaming and hollering about fornicating and getting drunk and all of that and partying still, right, you ain't nowhere near one of God's kids. Now, y'all have a beautiful day. I'm about to.